Hey everyone, this is CryptoVatsik. Thanks for tuning in. Before we get started, I'd really appreciate a like on this video and a subscription to the channel if you enjoy this content. Nothing of what you're about to see is considered financial advice. These are just my opinions. Let's get right into it. Okay, today I'm going to cover curve finance, go through technical analysis, CRV USDT on Binance here, the 12-hour. So my last video, I updated this. All of these drawings are from my previous video that I'll share with you right now up here if you want to go back and look. And really, this was the technical analysis from a few weeks back, and I had drawn out what I expected. And we were trading right here at the time. Okay, so we were trading right here at the time. So all we saw was essentially that. Okay, and so what I was looking at is basically this potential break in market structure, but I had said that I really wanted to see this level hold, and I didn't love this overall wick. Okay, and I wanted to see a retest and maybe a potential deviation, but I wanted to hold this level with confidence and really start testing this diagonal, this macro downward diagonal a little bit more, this thick line coming down. Okay, otherwise I had said if we came back down underneath and really just played around in this bullish order block at the time, which would have been invalidated at that time, coming back down below this level because, at that point, this is not a market structure break. Then we're just chopping around within this range, so to speak, and then I would expect a push down if we chopped around in there. Okay, and so that's pretty much exactly what happened here. Is we got that drop right here. Okay, so pretty much to a T. We chopped around a bit. We weren't able to maintain this level. We got a deviation actually above briefly, so another fake out, and then just right back down. And this is what I did not want to see. And I had expected us to come back down to this level, and that's exactly what happened. So whatever, hindsight is 2020. That was my analysis at the time. So now we got to just update this. So I'm just going to clear the chart, and we're going to go through what I'm seeing now. Actually, just before we get rid of everything on the chart, I do want to keep this macro trend line, downward sloping trend line on here because I do think it's interesting to see what we're seeing now, which we did get a breakout. Oops, moved that guy. We did get that breakout. Okay, so when we did drop back down to this level, there's obviously serious demand down there at the time. Had a nice breakout here. Okay, this area here, definitely a breakout of that downward trend line here in the thick line coming down here, okay? And then chopped around here a little bit, retested this level here. That was basically our previous area of demand back here in September, and came up, had a deviation above that level above here. That was previous support from back here in August. That we lost, and so really just like had this breakout, but really just kind of a failed breakout. And then obviously we had the FTX collapse here, right? So this is a bit unforeseen, so that's fine. Everything dumped with it. However, it's really interesting to see the tight consolidation right around the bottom right here. Okay, so basically this area we dropped all the way down, deviated below, but then really just this tight price action. Okay, a little bit of a capitulation here on this wick. Very brief moment, right? Huge volume here. Okay, so somewhat of a capitulation event with a massive buyback. Okay, we're talking pretty significant volume here. And it pushed it up, 50+% kind of thing. So what I am seeing though is essentially the reason why I don't love diagonals, right? Is we got our breakout of the diagonal, but then ultimately we just came back down and kept making lower lows on the diagonal. So people that trade breakouts often get chopped up because they see this breakout, right? And then they'll go long somewhere here. They'll set their stop loss below that breakout level right here. Okay, and they'll get stopped out likely because they'll ultimately see price actions come back down and still respect it, even though we're now just trading on the other side, on the outer landscape of this diagonal. Okay, and so it still holds true because we are seeing it being respected here and massive buyback here. Okay, we came back down to pretty much the all-time low of CRV. Let's just go back here to the daily and just take a look. So I know this is tough to see, but basically we came all the way down here. Let's just put that up onto to what is that, 40 cents, right? That's near damn close to the all-time low of CRV. So back here when we saw it get listed, a lot of other altcoins looking like this too, where you just basically enter in a bear market kind of thing and you come back down and you make these lows, and that's where maximum financial opportunity lives. And a lot of other coins, side note, a lot of other coins that have potential that look like this are huge opportunistic investments, in my opinion. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for coins, that are kind of in the mid-range kind of thing. Things that are down roughly, 90% kind of thing yeah, that's at least what gets me interested. Anyways, so we've got that level. It came back down and wicked right to 40 cents. Okay. What I am seeing here is not something that I love, but basically two equal highs right here. Okay. Lots of wicks right here. Unable to breach this previous high of this big, large green candle here. Okay. Basically printing two equal highs, with the expectation then being in theory that we'd come back down and will not continue the trend up. So if that's the case, then basically, I'd be looking at this low down here. So it could be a little choppiness. I think that Ethereum and Bitcoin don't look so bad right now. So on a lower time frame, this might actually want to pop. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that. I think the market has been exhausting selling for quite some time. And, this action right here on CRV probably knocked out a bunch of shorts that were taken throughout this price action here. So, it's possible we get, a nice little wick down, and then, shoot back up kind of thing and continue the trend. So I'd be looking for something like this on an entry of this previous low, basically this larger market structure break here of this previous breakdown level, right? So this is the previous lower low. So really that's your ultimate market structure break, that level right there, in here, that I'd be really interested in getting long, but we might not get it. Might get front ran. It's possible, if Ethereum pops off here, then it might move a little bit faster. Now, let me just get rid of everything on here. So basically, there's also this range here that we had previously. Okay, so swing high down to the swing low. And this was ultimately that tight price action here that was knocking on the door to really break that low, which we did, came up as resistance and then smashed right back in. So really essentially just back inside this range. Lots of swing failure patterns up here with these wicks. So I'd definitely expect at least a retest, or a throwback to the equilibrium here, the 50th percent level of the range here. So that's a possible play, and then you could either, basically enter on the retest of that level, or play the breakout level of the upper band, with some inefficiency up here, and then probably targeting some of the swing highs back here. We can get into a bit more TA here as well. So just stick to the chart. We've also got this low right there. So it kind of lines up with that area that I'd be looking to get long in, retest of it and then up and then start testing that high, depending if we can reclaim this previous level of support here somewhere. Maybe swing high, come back down, then retest that macro level, then up, and then start really testing some of these highs and starting to flip some of these EMAs. That would be really nice. If this is a bottom, I'd start to believe that's potentially our bottom. And I think that it would play out. We'd probably have some more time to have reaccumulation, something like that. We often see those reaccumulation zones on coins. So I think even once we get up here, don't FOMO in. Don't just buy blindly. Wait for those dips, wait for those re-entries. I think there'll be lots of opportunity. But that's kind of what I'm seeing right now with this, with this guy right here. Right, it's there's still some resistance to really get out of here first. I definitely think that if this does continue to push, we will take out probably 70 to 80% of that inefficiency here. So I could see, I could see price coming up here. Let me just clean up the chart. I could definitely see short-term price at least coming up and starting to test some of this inefficiency here in this zone, okay, and then potentially back down after that. So let's just go down to the 4-hour now, see what we're seeing. Again, again, it really depends. I think I'm closely watching Ethereum and Bitcoin, because this really doesn't look bad, you guys. We're above the moving averages, exponential moving averages. We're making continuous higher highs. We have a nice rounding off here, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get one little wick potentially down to 65 cents. Ultimately, like I said, I'm really hoping I can get in down here, closer to 60 cents or just under 60 cents. So I'll be watching that. Probably won't be longing up here, but in my opinion, like this looks like it's good for another pop. Got a bit of a triangle here, so you could play it that way too. Yeah, you could play it. Go to the 1 hour. Yeah, possibly bull flag, bullish pennant. Yeah, I don't know. Target being roughly 80 cents. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, unless this breaks down, yeah, you could play it like this if you wanted to. But really, like I said, I'd be looking for something like this. Come back down, test this, regain this low. Sorry, my drawing is shit. Regain that low there, and that would be my trigger. I'd be going for a long on a regain of that low, and I would be targeting probably this next level right here, the origin of the breakdown, somewhere in there, confluence with the diagonal coming down. That's a significant push though. Yeah, it's 50%, so significant push. I'd want to be watching this carefully, and yeah, I mean, because now just like we've got inefficiency up here, right? We've got inefficiency down here, right? So this area, this shoot up has been untested. That demand down here has only been tested once. Massive volume. There were definitely whales down here waiting to get in that have now potentially put in some long-term positions. So there might be more at play here than what meets the eyes. But these things take time, guys. You know, we had what is this? We had 104 days to form our bottom down here previously in 2020. Okay, so we had 104 days to actually put in that bottom. We had a couple tests at the bottom and then another test slightly higher, if you can see that. Okay, so we had choppiness. Okay, came up high, came into supply, came back down. Okay, made another low down here, almost equal lows to these two lows down here. And then obviously just like a slight breakout of that trend right here with a retest and then up. So, you know, I'm waiting to see something like this, and we're not seeing it yet. Okay, I think we're getting close, but we haven't seen something like that yet, right? So we're still pinched underneath all of this resistance, right, between the diagonal, the EMAs. So once we start to see something like this, where we break market structure on a macro time frame significantly, and then, you know, something like this, maybe one more low, that's what I'm looking for. Essentially just a copycat of what this is, just on a bigger time frame. Okay, just a bigger scale, essentially. So that's what I'm looking for, and it could take time to play out. But exciting times ahead. Do some research on Curve if you're interested in it. I think there's some exciting things going on there. And yeah, I like I said, I think there's some things going on here that might not meet the eyes with this volume. It's pretty cool to see, even in a bear market. You know, there's not much to get excited about, but these are the times that I start getting excited for the future. So anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for joining. I hope this was helpful in some way to you. And if you do like this content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks again. We'll see you next one. Cheers. Bye.